Case study: tracing a missing structural engineer. Koblenz client background: a UK-based engineering consultancy contacted Bond Rees to trace a missing structural engineer who had travelled to Koblenz, Germany, to oversee the structural assessment of a historical building undergoing renovation. Koblenz, located at the confluence of the Rhine and Moselle rivers, is known for its historical architecture and scenic surroundings. The engineer was responsible for ensuring that the structural integrity of the building was maintained during the renovation, while adhering to local heritage conservation guidelines. When the engineer missed critical site inspections and failed to respond to communication attempts, the consultancy grew concerned about both the engineer's safety and the project's progress. The Investigation Bond Rees gathered all relevant details regarding the engineer's recent activities, communications and accommodations. The engineer had been staying near the city centre, close to the historical building being renovated. The last known communication from the engineer was a phone call confirming attendance at a site inspection at the building located in the Altstadt Old Town district, a key area for heritage conservation in Koblenz, digital footprint and local contacts. Our digital forensics team analysed the engineer's phone records, GPS data and recent financial transactions. The last known GPS signal placed the engineer at the renovation site in Altstadt, but after this no further communication was recorded. Bond Rees contacted local project managers, contractors and hotel staff to gather additional information. Witnesses confirmed that the engineer had been present for the site inspection but did not return to the hotel or attend any scheduled follow-up meetings. On the ground investigation in Koblenz, Bond Rees dispatched local investigators to Koblenz, focusing on the Altstadt district and key transportation routes between the engineer's accommodation and the renovation site. Investigators reviewed CCTV footage from the area and nearby businesses to trace the engineer's movements. After following several leads, our team discovered that the engineer had stayed late at the site to ensure the structural safety of the building's foundation during the renovations. Further investigation revealed that the engineer had suffered a medical emergency due to stress and overwork while conducting an in-depth review of the building structure. The engineer collapsed on site and was taken to a local hospital. Delays in communication and the loss of personal identification prevented the hospital from notifying the consultancy firm promptly. Outcome Bond Rees quickly located the structural engineer and confirmed their condition, providing this crucial information to the engineering consultancy in London. After receiving medical treatment and rest, the engineer was able to recover and resume work, ensuring that the historical renovation project remained on track with minimal delays. Why Bond Rees? This case demonstrated Bond Rees' expertise in managing investigations within heritage and construction sectors, particularly in historical cities like Koblenz. By combining advanced digital forensics, local knowledge of architectural conservation, and efficient on-the-ground search efforts, Bond Rees ensured the swift recovery of the missing engineer, allowing the project to proceed without significant disruption.